Oh
I
my
had a
god.
great topic.
That's a good topic. Oh my goodness. Oh shit. That was
At
funny.
2, I'm going to ask a question.
Okay. That was good.
I mean, it is what it is. You saw that they retired Cam Newton's jersey today, or they're going to retire it against Georgia this year. Yeah, no,
Really?
you didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought they would have done that. I thought they would have
nobody's worn it
retired it
since.
after the championship. They won. If you're
Yeah,
listening to
well,
this now, we literally recorded this and messed up and did not hit record. So, candid moments on the back porch
true,
live.
true. True.
Anywho's,
As SEC guys, though, we did have a nice little documentary, but Nate hasn't
I
watched it
haven't
yet because
watched
he
it.
doesn't want to see Nico get upset, even though Tennessee gets like a half of an appearance in the whole
I'm
show.
working
So.
on it. I'm giving it to the Lord. Hope I pray that he doesn't get hurt because he doesn't have an offensive line to block from this year. So I'm getting better at it as a true fan. I know I feel like I'm getting better. But yeah, all I heard is that the documentary is pretty much the Pavia show. So
Yeah, Pavi's in it a lot. It's Pavi and Shane Beamer a whole lot of, but Shane Beamer's entertaining. Diego Pavia,
yeah,
you kind of like him in some parts of it, and the other parts are like, this guy's really.
I mean, you should hate him. Like you should.
I mean, sure. I don't like the guy. I don't
New
like seeing him line up
Mexico,
against my team.
New Mexico, and Auburn back-to-back years.
He owns Auburn, that's for sure. He owns Hugh Freeze. Three times he's beaten Hugh Freeze. He beat him at Liberty too.
This guy has Hugh Freeze's nuts. So,
dude, seriously.
But yeah, I haven't watched it. I'm excited for college football, so I feel like if I do watch it, I'm gonna get too hyped up. So I probably will watch a little bit of it like Thursday and roll into Friday night, and then ready for Saturday. Week 0 college football matchup, top 25, Farmageddon. I know you're excited. It's in Dublin. All the grass, all the green, all the white people playing power football. They're gonna watch this game and they're gonna think it's rugby. The Irish. After last year,
it is rugby.
It's basically rugby. They're getting the rugby-ish game of the Big Ten, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm super excited for it. Welcome back to another edition of College Football Talk on the Back Porch with Nate and Jake. I am your host, Nate, and FPI Killer Jake, aka Painkiller, because he's got back issues. Jake is with us today. We're going to be talking ball. We got who's cooking on week 1 and week 0. We got we got porch predictions we got coming up. We got a full line and also our MVPs of week 1 potentially. So let's get it rolling. Jake, I would say how you been? You've been hurting.
Been better, but we're good. We're getting there.
Maybe the 30, 40 minutes right here, we can keep your mind off of your back before you get some back surgery, before you go on the DL.
If you see me get up, it's just a quick stretch. I'm gonna do a quick stretch, hop back down. We'll keep it rolling. Or if I mute my camera, you guys know I'm just getting a little stretch in.
We'll definitely get you on when you're drugged up for sure.
Oh, that'll be
super fun.
It'll be the best. I'll be stiff as a board, like, hey, what's going on, guys? This is the Back Porch. Hello. I may wear a mask the whole actual show.
I'll take an edible as well to join you.
Yeah. All right.
Just have a good time, just talking ball.
Oh, man, that would be great.
Be like Ozzy Osbourne.
Tribute
to Ozzy by acting like Ozzy. Talking ball. We'll have really good conversation in our brains going on.
We'll just sit there staring at each other thinking we're talking.
What is the news? We have any news to report going into week 0? Anything of alert that has topped NCAA charts? Anything like that? Any Georgia players got arrested this week?
I don't think so. Well, Auburn had another guy indefinitely suspended from the football team for breaking team rules. Antonio Coleman, defensive tackle. But hey, he wasn't drinking and driving or anything apparently.
Yeah,
apparently, you can't get suspended for that.
That's standard though in Georgia. So
yeah, but no, nothing crazy. I mean, obviously I follow Auburn, so there's a lot of little tidbits here and there.
Yeah,
the Hugh Freeze said, but nothing noteworthy, nothing major.
Nothing to the nation. I think the biggest thing this week in college football would be the I mean, I'm not trying to make it about Tennessee, but the $20 million signing of Adidas, moving from Nike to Adidas to
Saw
set
that.
the standard of what these potential endorsement or these contracts will look like moving forward in the year. Because I know Adidas came in with a hefty bag saying, "Hey, we'll make you a priority. Leave Nike," because they were making like 4.5 to 5 million in Nike per year, which that doesn't really cover anything.
No.
Like especially that money gets dispersed throughout the athletics. So for them to come in and drop 20 mil starting next year, that's just like a new standard. So like kudos to them being, spearheading like what these endorsement deals are going to start looking like. And
Yeah.
I'm excited because they're obviously our best year. So we're with Adidas. So
True.
and so we're gonna have some really cool color, like really cool stuff coming out. And plus on top of that, like that's money for nil. So it's gonna help programs. So more programs are probably gonna start coming to the table more like, hey, how
Yeah.
much are you gonna pay us? So that I guess that
Yeah.
would be just like front porch office
Yeah.
news
Well,
of college football.
Obviously Auburn switched to Nike, but it's a 10-year deal, but they didn't actually disclose the financials. So, I mean, hopefully we'll see soon, maybe it's something comparable, but it's a 10-year deal. So they're locked in, but getting away from Under Armour was inevitable. I mean, it's not that Under Armour's bad. It's just Under Armour got really, really big and took over a lot of schools. And then it kind
Mm-hmm.
of laser focused on certain teams, and Auburn
Mm-hmm.
kind of was thrown on the back burner. And really with Auburn being so good at basketball, Under Armour's not making as much sense now. So like, you kind of want that Nike feel, that Nike that to come into play with, especially basketball and whatnot. So
That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, I know, I love, when Under Armour they first came on the scene with Maryland, and then
yeah,
like Maryland, and then like who was their second biggest one? I guess Auburn was their
yeah,
second
Auburn,
big
because
one, and
Auburn was
then
had the click clack for a long time
Click
along with it.
Clack
So
and the Cam Newton made
yeah,
it more famous. So
correct.
yeah, there was a lot of you know big big moves early on, and like I said, they kind of slowed down of their football franchise. And I guess they went more towards back to working out. I guess with the rock stuff and
Yeah,
all those things, which is fine. 'Cause, I mean, I don't think of Auburn when I think of football. I don't think of Auburn as I mean not Auburn, Under Armour as like
yeah,
the
true.
main as a big guy. I think of Russell. If you guys hear me, you think of Russell.
Yeah,
I mean Russell. They were the
big
third
time,
big
big
time
time.
back in the day. Like Georgia Tech had Russell. A lot of SEC schools had Russell. Mississippi State had Russell.
The
I
Russell
mean,
factory was right down the road from Auburn, so that's why Auburn was so big. And then when it closed, it was kind of like,
yeah, like I mean, that's some throwback right there. Is Russell, Russell Athletic is crazy, man. I guess we
true,
could.
true.
I guess we can go. I mean, top 25. I mean, the AP poll came out. The Associated Press. We finally did something, and they gave us the AP poll. I mean, reactions. What was your first reaction when you first saw the AP poll? Like, what was the first thing that stood out to
There
you
was
as
a
a
couple.
fan?
I mean, to me, sorry, I muted my or took away my camera, so I'm doing a little stretch from my back here, but I
No,
can
you're
still
good.
talk it out. Um,
Talk it out,
but
baby.
yeah, no. But so the first reaction, I was just kind of looking at the top, and I'm like, Texas at number one with a brand new quarterback. Interesting. Not
Mm-hmm.
hating that because Ohio State's sitting there number three with Julian Sayin
Yeah.
officially, now. So and then Penn State at number two, and I'm sitting there thinking, of all three of those teams, who has the most proven quarterback coming back?
Yeah.
It's a Penn State. So why not just go ahead and put them at number one? Because Texas is going to lose to Ohio State week one. Then Ohio State's going to
Oh,
jump to number one. Oh, yeah. Sorry. A little
big,
preview.
big little preview to the preview
Ohio State's going to
predictions.
beat Ohio
Okay.
State's going to beat Texas week one. Arch isn't going to be able to handle the lights at the Horseshoe. I believe it's at the Horseshoe. Right? Or
Yeah,
is it
it's
a?
in
Yeah,
Columbus.
it's at Ohio State.
It's
So
it's a day game. It's a noon game.
it's a big noon kickoff.
The lights of the sun.
Arch Manning's not ready for it. And it's fine. Nothing wrong with it. Texas probably won't lose another game the rest of the season unless it's just something random, in the middle of the season. But then Ohio State's going to jump to number one. So why don't we just stop doing this preseason poll stuff? Let's just wait till after week one and make the polls. I
I hear
know
you.
fans love it. This is talking season. That's what we do. That's what it is. But really, the preseason polls matter. I mean, for goodness sake, let's just take a look a little further down. You've got Iowa State, who has a week 0 game at number 22. But if they lose to K-State, you just tell me after week 0 you're going to drop them out of the polls. Like, what was the point?
Yeah.
You know, like are we going to do a poll between week 0 and week 1? Probably not. I don't think they did last year. I think they just kind of kept it the same. But
yeah,
it's
they
just kind of
to the end of week 1.
I am the biggest preseason poll hater probably on the planet. So, but like even Clemson at number 4, you got Klubnik coming back. What is he? His 5th year of college football. I'm not saying he's the best, but like
at least 6. He's been there forever.
Yeah, LSU at 9, and I know LSU's defense has been a big question mark, but you've got what's his name? Starting quarterback at LSU's been playing college football for 100 years.
Nussmeier.
And then you got Michigan sitting at 14, and did they not just have a terrible season last year? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean it's just kind of crazy.
Had a decent year last year. I mean,
it wasn't great.
Coming off of cheating. Oh, that's another news topic right there.
Yeah.
Michigan, congratulations. You won a championship and you cheated. You got away with it. Congratulations. My God.
It's fine. Everybody cheats somehow, some way.
I know. It's just
you got to be like Alabama, not get caught.
Correct. Yeah. The freaking Saban effect.
Before Saban, you know, you had these guys over at Tennessee ratting people out, which I mean, I don't hate that because I hate Alabama as much as you do.
Philip Fulmer is not a rat. He was just doing.
He's just an honest stand-up man. He was
doing what the Lord and his morals and intended him to do, and he did the right thing. He was not a rat. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, he's just a good old dude.
Good old. The great big pumpkin they called old Phil.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but hey, we do have an interesting group of 5 school ranked in the top 25 at number 25 of Boise State in that pretty blue field.
I do like that.
And, I mean, they get a week 0 matchup against South Florida. Go ahead and just lay the hammer down and move them in.
A week 1.
Thursday. That's right. They play on Thursday.
So early, yeah. So
I know it's confusing. But
you're definitely probably not going to hear anyone talk about a week 1 Boise State USF matchup on any podcast throughout the nation except us. But we're going to talk about it because it has potential to be the first upset of the year. So
it does, but
we'll get into it a little maybe later or next week. But I think my biggest takeaway for the top 25 was seeing how the coaches poll and the AP poll is valuing Arizona State after their successful last year. Because they brought them in at 11. I know they're bringing back a ton of players and really in a great quarterback. Dillinger is doing a fantastic job coaching that team up.
Yeah,
but you lost your heart and soul, right? Like the guy who literally put the team on his back the entire season is playing for the Giants now.
Yeah, he's gone.
And so unless there's another one of those dudes walking into the locker room, I don't see them legit being a top, 10 team almost right now. They could earn it. Like they could come out and scheme it up and find a way to win. Like last year, winning's contagious. Like this year's seniors group or older or upperclassmen could continue the winning success. But my thing is like guys like Cam Scattaboo, these guys are just like they're built different and they're leaders. They're like, give me the ball. Like if you remember watching the Texas game, like they were down and they came back in that game because that man was just doing everything he could. I think he threw up on the sideline, like because that's how much like testosterone, like that's how much adrenaline was running through his body, and he did that all year. So like my thing is this guy, like you got to replace this guy, and like that's like replacing a Goliath, the huge hole.
True.
So we'll see. I think they're going to be pretty good. I just don't think they're a number 11. That was my first reaction to the top 10. Like really the top 11 to the 11. But like everybody expected, the top 5 to be who they were. I was kind of surprised. Though, moving down, seeing where like Florida was at like 15, basically because of the hype they had going into the cup, going into college football, because everyone's like Lagway's this, Lagway's that, all the things, you know what I mean?
But
And
they've got a murderer's schedule again.
they
They've
have
got the
murder.
same schedule as
I was
last
like,
year,
you can't.
just
Well,
your home and away
if you
split.
think they're legit, then put them up higher. Don't be
Yeah.
scared of the schedule. Like you got to play your schedule no matter what. So like I thought they would have been more closer to like 12, 13 instead of like 15. I was surprised South Carolina was up above them in Michigan. So that was my first reaction.
But that's South
So
Carolina is all about that quarterback over.
they're
It's
all.
the
I
black,
mean,
it's the same. It's the same hype we're seeing.
it's the same hype. We'll see. South Carolina's got a really tough schedule too. So,
dude, Jam Miller for Bama is going to miss like 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, he had a collarbone.
Yeah, and they've got a brand new starting quarterback. You put them at 8. I know Bama's Bama. They've got all. I mean,
it's their O line. It's their D line. Their O line.
And their O line's incredible. I mean, they're going to have probably 2 first-round draft picks off their O line, if not 3. I mean, the whole line.
The whole line is going to get drafted again. So,
but it's still one of those things. Again, this is why preseason polls are the worst.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we gotta start somewhere, right? So
you got to do it right. So
yeah, I mean, I literally look at 15 through 25, and you just put it in a hat and just shake it and pull it out of a hat at the moment. You know, there's a lot of teams are going to prove themselves the first 3 weeks, but that was my first just kind of reaction to the poll in the news of when it came out. I know a lot of people are upset because BYU didn't make it in the top 25. Well, they lost their quarterback because he liked to have sex. So there you go. I mean, there's things that happen. A lot of Indiana fans, a lot of Big Ten guys are like, well, Indiana should be ranked higher. They brought in, a really good transfer quarterback and whatnot. A lot of Ole Miss fans think they should be higher.
I've heard a lot of Baylor fans saying, well, why are we ranked?
They should.
Why are we not ranked? And I'm like, listen, you beat Auburn, you're ranked.
Yeah, you're ranked right away.
And same for Auburn. Auburn beats Baylor, you're jumping in.
They'll be ranked
That is the what I call the 26 and 27. I mean, they're
those teams are right there.
Whoever wins is going to be ranked. The other one's going to be right there around the 30ish mark because they're not going to hate on you for losing it too much. But like, stop complaining. Just go prove it on the field. That's why you won't hear me complain about Auburn not being ranked because we improved nothing on the field. We got it all on paper, baby. We've not proved a thing. So why should we be ranked? Go and prove yourselves. Go out and win games.
Clearly, obviously, I mean, Auburn, they know how much. I mean, after seeing Hugh Freeze throw his visor on the practice field this week because no one was.
I can't believe that was news. That's when you know it's talking season. When you get mad about a coach doing coach
throwing stuff, people are like, oh,
how many times did Nick Saban take that stupid?
Jackson Arnold isn't, he's clearly not the man for the job. It's like, just no one was getting open during 7-on-7.
We're doing 7-on-7s. You're not allowed to throw the ball away.
Everyone is just overanalyzing everything.
Everything. It's talking season, and
talking season.
It ends this weekend, baby.
It ends this weekend. We're about to start it up. That's as we transition into week 0 as it begins. We are in week 0. Let's talk about the best game this weekend, Farmageddon. Kansas State versus Iowa State. Like,
it's gonna be interesting.
Like, let's get some talking points of this game, right? We got a top 25 matchup, which is what you want in week 0. It's in a different country. Yeah. So we're showcasing what we do best here in America to our friends in Ireland. Game day is going to be electric over there. It's going to be fun like it was last year. What to expect in this game? Just hard-nosed, old-school football. Just, you're not going to see an air raid. You're not going to see that the gimmicky RPO stuff. You're going to see pro-style football. You're going to see some spread, but some power spread. They're going to run the ball out of the spread a little bit, both teams. So both teams can line it up and run the ball in a pro-style stuff. Both teams are returning a lot of players, and both teams are returning starting quarterbacks, which is rare right now in college football. So I'm excited to see this game. Vegas has this game pretty close.
I think it's 3.5 right
it's
now.
3.5.
Right?
I
could be wrong on that.
I think
no, 3. It's a 3. Kansas State minus 3.
So, yeah, that's a field goal game. So, we're expecting a good game, and it starts at noon. So, I'm really excited for this one. I'm excited to see what Avery Johnson does. I think this is his senior year. If not, it's his junior year. I think it's his senior year. Yeah. Kids had nothing but just potential to break
Yeah.
out. So,
Well,
very
there's
athletic.
something they're saying about this game, Nate, is that the winner of this game is potential to win the Big 12. And I'm going to pull Lee Corso here to honor him in his final season, his final goodbye, and say, not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast.
Because Texas Tech will be winning the Big 12. I'm just letting you know right now. It's not. It's inevitable.
Well, if you're gonna spend the money to do it, they did.
Right?
If anybody who showed you money can't buy a championship,
Yeah.
they
Texas Tech better.
They
Sorry, I
better,
didn't mean to cut you off in your
no, you're
deep
good.
analysis of this Irish game,
Good.
but
And it's a conference game. That's the crazy part, right?
yeah, that is what's kind of crazy. I mean, the last
you're getting a conference game week 1.
Auburn opened up, I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago against Arkansas, I believe, and that's like the first time I remember. It was like Mississippi State or somebody. I'm like, well, no, it wasn't Mississippi State, but it was like an Arkansas or something. I was like, why are we opening the whole shebang with a conference game? That's just how schedules line up sometimes, and people want to see that, though. People want to see a good game.
People want to see the week 0 good games.
We don't want to watch Ohio. We don't want to watch Ohio. We don't watch Stanford and Hawaii. Like, come on.
I mean, some people do, like me, but
I know,
crazy. But normal, the normal casual fans, the people who listen to the Backporch, and they're like, you know what? These guys are cool. We're casual fans. We like listen to casual football analysis with casual dudes. That's what we're doing. Those are the guys that like us. It's a Big 12 matchup. It's actually a really big Big 12 matchup because both teams have potential to win the Big 12.
Oh yeah,
so it's not a make or break for both of them because they do have to play out their schedules. But I think you're going to see a really good football. Both teams are very well coached and they're very good discipline teamed. Out of the last 4 matchups, Iowa State has won 4 of the last 5.
Yep.
So Kansas State does have a little chip on their shoulder because they kind of want to win this one. And to prove that they could definitely be the biggest sleeper for the Big 12, because right now Utah is the favorite to win the Big 12 coming into the season. But don't sleep on Kansas State. They could be a long shot for the playoffs and potential Big 12 winner for sure. That's obviously the big game of the weekend. I think the second biggest game of the weekend, I would say, is the UNLV game. What do you think?
You got Dan Mullen coming back, making his return, right?
Return of the Mullinator, baby. He's back.
Let's see what happens.
He is ready.
If UNLV puts on the work, and they probably will, people are going to be talking over. I mean, it's going to be college game day. Is Dan Mullen back? Let's pump the brakes. It's UNLV. Let's see what happens. Let's give it at least 6 games before we jump on the Dan Mullen is back train.
Yeah, it's a cakewalk for them, but it's another game. There's a lot of little hype around UNLV because of Sim, and he brought in a lot of transfers, guys that were like former 5-star guys who'd never really worked out at their previous places. This is kind of their last stop for them, and he's taking a chance on them. And so we'll see what they will do. They are one of the favorites for the Mountain West this year, behind like Boise State. Which I can see that for them. We're not going to obviously deep dive into UNLV just because, but that is a game 2 of week 0. I think the next game, though, the 6:00 Fox game, the Kansas at Fresno State at Kansas,
could be interesting.
Kansas is returning their quarterback who's been there for 100 years. Daniels,
Jaden
Daniels. He's going to come back for his 19th season.
Jalen, right?
Jalen Daniels. And they're opening their new field.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. So their field's finished. Cool. It's really nice. They put a lot of money into it. It's a really unique looking stadium. So there's a lot of fans are excited. I know they are there. Vegas has them at a 13-point favorite for Fresno. Fresno's no slouch. They're a really good team to open up with because they're going to test you on all facets of the field. They just don't have the talent Kansas has. No. But it is, it's a set at 50.5. So there's some.
You know what I am excited. You know what I am very excited about, though, right? That we don't have to stay up until midnight to watch the Hawaii Stanford game. It comes on at 7:30 on CBS.
Thank you, CBS.
Thank you, Stanford, for being a part of the ACC.
What a noon kickoff game for Hawaii. Thank God.
But that's kind of cool, though. I mean, like, you don't normally get, like, I don't watch Hawaii games ever because I'm not staying up that late. I mean, I have two little. I think I watched
the last Hawaii game I watched was Vanderbilt at Hawaii. It's like 4 years ago or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And Vandy beat them like 50-0. It was sad. But yeah, no, I mean, Stanford's terrible. Hawaii, they're favored in the game. So
2.5.
2.5. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be on.
Oh, it's not at midnight. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have
gonna be on.
What else could be on, right? I mean, maybe a high school football game.
I'm gonna watch it. 7:30. Orlando City will be playing its playoff push time. So I'll have double scratch.
You like the other football too? Forgot about that.
Yeah, sorry to all those college football fans. I am a big, giant other football fan, as the rest of the world calls it. It's okay. Yeah. We all have to like something, right?
Absolutely. So that's what's cooking week 0 on the front porch on the back porch. I need to move
all the porches. We cover the whole porches. It's a wraparound porch, baby.
Wraparound porch. That's what's cooking week 0. Now, who's full of smoke? Right? It's our grilling section. Who's full of smoke week 1? Right?
Week 1.
Week 1's a crazy slate. I know we haven't really gone. We're going to have a week 1.
Let me do a little scrolly here. Let me get onto the top 25 here. I'm not even going to. I'm just going to look at top 25 matchups because I know there's some smoke here in the top 25.
There's smoke.
And I'm going to find it.
I'm
going to find who's burning that chicken.
Who's going to overcook their ribs? Who's going to burn the chicken? Who didn't season the chops? Like, who is full of it? They pretend like I'm the best base chef here. I'm the best smoker, but they're not. I can tell you right now, I think there's one team that's going to be full of smoke comes next week.
Do they potentially? I mean, this is just a guess because I actually don't know the answer. What you think of it? Do they have a touchdown Jesus in one of their end zones? Is that what we're thinking here?
No, I'm not thinking about them.
No, okay.
I ain't thinking about them.
Then it's got. I mean, that the only other one that I was thinking, and I don't think they're. I mean, you could say LSU or Clemson, but I'm not saying an upset's going to happen in this other game because I truly believe that this team is solid. But you better watch out for UTSA, Texas A&M. I know it's a 21.5 point favorite, but come on, they want to prove that they can play in the state of Texas.
Yeah, no, that's a bit.
No, but I mean, you could say LSU or Clemson could be full of smoke, and we'll find out during that game.
I think the biggest full of smoke is going to be LSU. LSU, Clemson. LSU is going to be great offensively. We know that. I'm not saying they're full of smoke for the season. Hear me out. They have a
favorable schedule.
Long season, very good schedule.
Yeah.
But LSU, the last 3 openings, have lost all 3, right? Or 2.
Yeah.
I think whatever it was.
Well, last year they lost the opener.
They lost
for sure. They choked.
They choked last year against USC, right? Yeah. It was USC, right? And then the previous year to Florida State, wasn't it?
Yeah,
right.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Florida State obviously was horrible last year.
Yeah. So like they've had rough openings. And they've all been away games. They've been neutral site games, but technically that's away from LSU. Well, now you're in a true away game at Clemson. And this Clemson team, all they've heard all summer long is how good LSU's offense is. Their offense. Well, Clemson's returning a ton of talent on that defensive front, and their whole defense is like ready to go to the NFL. It's one of those years where they're stacked. and
they're mad. They're mad.
And they're being told by Dabo, who's the nicest guy in the world, y'all stink. Watch me run down this thing. Watch me run down this hill because it's awesome.
Watch me run down the hill. I'm gonna beat all y'all down there.
Like his pregame speeches, y'all stink. He's gonna Christian custom all day long. Y'all stink like Jezebel booty. Y'all smell. This locker room sucks. Watch me run down this hill. That's Dabo's speech, right? But that's all been. If I was them, that's all I'd be talking about. They're not going to come into your house. They're not going to come beat you on a primetime night game. It's just not going to happen. No. And they're going to be ready. I just think that game, it's going to be full of smoke for LSU because LSU is going to come into a really good scenario. It's going to be loud. It's going to be sold out. It's going to be hot. It's going to be crazy. Are they going to be able to run the ball? Are they going to be able to get their offense going against a really, really good defense? And vice versa. Is LSU's defense good enough to stop a very, very heavy senior loaded offense in Clemson? And that's my thoughts on it. That's why I'm like, hey, you said your ribs are good, but you kind of overcooked them week one, and that's where I'm going with in my who's smoking who's smoking week one for sure. That's mine. If you got one, I want to hear it.
I got a serious one too, and it's a big one, and they may have to put me in witness protection after this. But I think Vegas is going to be called out for being full of smoke on one game in particular.
Which one?
And I promise this isn't just Alabama hate, but Alabama needs to watch out for that 13.5-point spread because you know who the offense coordinator is for Florida State? Do you know who it is?
Mr. Gus
Malzahn. And if anybody knows how to beat an Alabama team, I know Nick Saban's not still there, but that boy Gus Malzahn's going to
fluoride vest wearing freak.
He's going to have a Traeger going on one side. He's going to have the charcoal on the other side, the classic charcoal. And you're not going to know what's coming because Gus just likes to make chaos happen. And that's what's the worst possible scenario for a week one game. And
and a mobile quarterback.
Alabama Nation, I am not saying you will lose to Florida State. I am saying a 13.5-point spread is very tricky territory because I think you guys might win by 2 or 3 scores. But going into that fourth quarter, it will be potentially a 10-point at most game. And you know what? I could be absolutely dead wrong, and I'm willing to admit that. But I know Alabama fans in the back of their mind are thinking, oh, my God, Gus Malzahn's coming down. Like, what has he got cooking up here? Like, they got cold sweats. They're waking up, turning over, and kick sticks is flashing in their brain.
The tomahawk's going to be chopping.
And Kerryon Johnson keeps flashing. Like, what are we going to do about Gus Malzahn? And so
it's going to be wild.
13.5 is kind of crazy. But honestly, they could do it. And it's a tough environment. You're right.
It's a tough environment. And LSU, FSU fans are excited about this game. They are.
Yeah.
Just because it's the potential.
I mean, look at last season. What else do they have to live on?
Yeah, but you have really nothing to look up. Everything's up from here.
Yeah.
So if your team does come out and plays hard at home, here we are. And, Alabama, bringing in a new quarterback. Ty Simpson.
New quarterback. Miller not playing.
Samuel not playing.
14 other running backs.
You got another,
but
7 other
that's a big deal. Jam Miller's good. He's a very solid running back. And
correct.
And Ty Simpson, we're not saying he's bad. It's just new year, new quarterback.
It's a tough little road game for week one.
Yeah.
It's not like a tune-up game where you're playing
it's tough.
UAB, week one.
A lot of
it's a tough one.
Georgia's got Marshall. How's Georgia going to get past Marshall? I don't know who scheduled that. That's such a tough game for Georgia.
Tell you what, the Fire Bobos will be coming out if at halftime if it's 13-3 or something at halftime. The Fire Bobos, the good old Georgia Dogs will be livid.
What would be great for that weekend though is Georgia wins by, let's say, 21-20, 28 or something, and then Miami comes down and beats Notre Dame by 2 scores with taking their quarterback down to Miami. They're going to be all up in arms. Oh, why did you let him go? And you were hating the kid last year, so I don't even want to hear it.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, he sucks. Blah blah blah. It's well,
he's the worst. Get him down there to Miami.
I really, speaking of Miami, I'm glad you mentioned that game because that is a huge game that's getting a
Massive.
lot of attention, but not as much as the Texas Ohio State game.
Well,
But
yeah, it's huge.
that is a massive game, right? Like Notre Dame, traditional rivalry. Notre Dame, Miami, convicts versus the Catholics. You know, both 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 teams have history. Um, the fans love it.
Yeah,
Miami
it's
fans
huge.
are really excited about the season. Cristobal got his team. He got his team set. The identity of the team is going to be this pro style power football, really run it down your throat. He's got the quarterback to run his system. Um, they got some good weapons that they brought in for him. They're going to play really good defense. So this is a really good test for Notre Dame because Notre Dame is a really good team, and they're going to have
Yeah.
to get tested on the road. They're still even if they lose, they're still a playoff team in my opinion. But yeah,
I
this is
think
like coming out. I think it's a coming out game for Carson Beck just because if he gets the time to sit in the pocket
yeah.
and find his guys, he's gonna have a really good game.
I think Notre Dame can afford to lose this more than Miami can because Miami plays in a
Absolutely.
very weak conference, and Notre
Very
Dame's
weak.
schedule is no cakewalk like we've
No,
seen in the
their
past.
schedule is pretty tough this year.
So I mean, yeah,
So
it's going to be tough. I mean, Miami really needs to show out in this game and come
yeah,
away with a
so
W.
I would say, you know, what's smelling good instead of what's smoking, but the good smoke, right? That hickory smoke,
Ooh,
that
cherry.
long, that cherry wood, smoke, that stuff where you like, oh boy, you've been cooking that for how many hours to fall off the bone kind of
Yeah.
smoke. I think that game is a good one. That's not getting as much love like as the other games are. So and it's a perfect night game. What is it? It's Saturday night. Probably
No,
7:30.
Sunday.
It's Sunday
Sunday.
night. Yep, Sunday night.
7:30 on ABC.
Yep. And Sunday we also have the South Carolina game versus Virginia Tech, and so that's a really good
The full
game as
bowl.
so another good game. But who's going to be our tailgate MVP?
I
Our
got one
back
for you, Nate.
porch tailgate MVP week
You know who the
0
MVP
or week
is?
1. Who might be the MVP? Who's
It's
going to just
easy.
have a
It's easy.
phenomenal week, like a
It's
great
easy.
week, a great football game? It could be a player, it could be a coach, it could be
No,
a whole
no,
group, a
no. It's
whole
none of
group
those
or a
things.
whole
None of
team.
those things. It's the fans, Nate. The fans are going to be the MVP of the week one. Why? Because we have so many good games week one. We start Friday night.
So
Oh, we start Thursday. We
Thursday,
start
Thursday night.
Thursday with the Boise State game. It's going to be a good game. Then you get Auburn and Baylor on Friday. Don't care
Mhm.
what you think about either team. It's going to be a good game. And you roll into Saturday at noon, big noon kickoff, 1 versus 3. Come on. Give it to me. Then Sunday we end off with the number 10 versus number 6. The fans are in for a treat on week one, and they will be the MVP because I know those frat boys are going to be
One
pounding back.
second. Monday, Labor Day.
Oh, we have a Labor Day game?
TCU at Old North Carolina.
Little Belichick
Well,
Bowl.
Belichick Monday Night Football.
Or is
So,
it
yes,
July?
I think the fans are the MVP of the week.
You know who's not going to be MVP? Is the frat boys' livers.
Livers, I would say livers, the sorority girls, especially the freshmen who aren't used to the full day festivities, especially if like the Clemson freshman girls, like that's a 7:30 game. Like, bless your heart, girl. You're gonna be like,
tough.
Becky, we're gonna be able to do this all day, right? You gotta pace yourself because LSU's coming into town too. They gonna be drinking.
But LSU season, that's with this drinking stuff.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be coming into town.
They're going to Clemson. You said,
yeah, they're going.
And the weather's gonna be so much cooler. The weather's gonna be so much cooler.
One Death Valley to another Death Valley. One Tiger team to another Tiger team. One purple team to another purple team. I'm just saying, there's a lot riding on this game for these fans. Which purple's better? Which Death Valley is better? Just saying. I'm just saying.
But truthfully, without a cop-out answer, I think our MVP is going to come out of one of the big games. I think our MVP, I'm gonna say that our MVP will either be Texas and Arch Manning, or Julian Salem with Ohio State. That's going to be our MVP of the weekend. I'm going to go ahead and say it now.
Okay.
Right now.
Arch and Texas.
Our MVP.
Someone's got to step up. Someone's got to step up, right? In that game. I think my MVP of the week, potentially Cade Klubnik. I think
Yeah.
5 years there, 3 years with the same coordinator, with Lincoln Riley's brother, Garrett Riley. He's been the coordinator there. So there's a lot of continuity last couple years.
True.
And on top of that, like the dude's ready to ball out. Like,
yeah,
he balled out. He played really good against Texas in the playoff game. And I know they came back, but he played a lot better last year down the stretch. So I feel like he's got a lot on his shoulder, and he's got a big old chip to prove, and he's ready to do it. The kid's athletic. He's been in the same programs, a lot of continuity. He's got weapons around him. So I feel like he's going to be my MVP. To back up what I said earlier, who's full of smoke, LSU, in the game, not in the season. So there's my Cade Klubnik MVP. Tailgate MVP, Backporch. Here's your trophy for next week. We're going to get into more of this, obviously, later in the next week. We'll have our week 1 preview, full top 25 breakdown. We'll have our best bets coming for next week and our pick'ems. So stay tuned. If you want more of the pod or even more of what we're doing, like, share, follow, continue to support us. We love it. That's all I got to say on the Back Porch. I'm Backporch Nate. I know Jake. He's probably going to say something crazy right now, so here he is. So go ahead, Jake.
I got nothing crazy for you other than go ahead and give me Auburn about 2 scores against Baylor.
Auburn 2 scores Baylor. That's pretty crazy.
Let's hope so. Yeah.
Night. Good evening. Good morning, wherever you're listening. Remember, like, share, and follow.
Back Porch. We out.